Hi. Today I want to talk to you about the coronavirus and making decisions for yourself before the opportunity to make the decision has been taken away from you. And as I was getting ready this morning, I was thinking about this experience that I had, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to share this experience with you. So, as you know, I own a grant writing firm where we write grants for organizations all over the country to fund their projects. And we've been operating this business now for over 13 years with great successes with our client. And through the years, I've worked with various staff members who have come and gone in our organization. And I've had some great staff, and I've had some not so great staff. So, this particular staff member was great, not so great, but the most important thing is he taught me a very, very important lesson, which is to make a decision before the opportunity is taken away from you to make the decision. When you have the control, you must make the decision because the opportunity may be taken away from you so very easily. So we're experiencing the coronavirus scare right now, and the opportunity to do certain things is being taken away from us. The ease of travel, congregating in large numbers, going out and about, the ability for some people even to work in a workplace is taken away because, some people are being told, okay, you can work from home. So the coronavirus is really showing us that the ease in which our freedoms can be taken away from us should really give us the impetus to do the things that we need to do and do them immediately before they're taken away from us. The ability to do those things are taken away from us. So I worked with this gentleman. He was an employee of mine several years ago. Very nice young man, very nice young man. I had no problems at all with his personality. I placed him on a very large grant that we were writing. This grant was so exciting, so wonderful to be given the opportunity to write this grant. And he was excited too. But after a couple weeks of working on the grant, he kept on coming up with a lot of excuses why he would not deliver on his deliverables. So some of the excuses were he was sick, um, he needed to go home with whatever he had, whatever issues he had. Um, One of the issues was he had a divorce. A same day divorce where he came to work the next day and said, I'm divorced from my spouse and this is stressing me out. There was another issue where it seemed as if he was in an abusive relationship where he was actually the one being abused. Um, and the excuses just kept on coming, coming, coming. And because he was on the project for so many weeks already, grant applications, sometimes you only get, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, sometimes maximum to create your grant application and submit it. And I thought to myself, oh, he's been on this project way too long. I don't want to replace him with someone else because he already knows the intricate details of this grant. Um, and so one day he came in and yet another day, where are your deliverables? Well, he doesn't have it. I'll just give me until tomorrow. I'll make it up. I'll produce this many this, I'll produce this many that in a day or in two. And that went on for a while. That went on for quite a few weeks, just getting closer and closer and closer to the due date of the grant. And so I was there. I felt like my hand was tied because I didn't want to fire him and I didn't want to take him off of the project because I felt like he was the one that could bring this home because he knows so much already about the project, the beginning to the end. So, about 2 weeks before the due date, this young man quit. 2 weeks before the grant was supposed to be submitted, this young man quit. Great young man. I liked him. But he quit because of all of the things that was going on in his life, he said at the time. And he quit. And I learned the absolute, not the biggest lesson, but one of the absolute biggest lessons that I've ever learned before in my career, which is definitely make the decision before the opportunity to make the decision is taken away from you. It's taken away from you, which is what the coronavirus is showing us now. So if you want to go after that grant, go after it. If you want to start that business, start that business. If you want to quit your job and get a new job or start your business, do it. If you want to travel across the country, the world, do it. Do it. Make the decision before the decision is taken away from you. And because that's what that young man taught me. Great lesson. Great lesson. And I'm glad he gave me 2 weeks to get myself together in order to submit that grant because if it was any closer to the deadline, maybe I would not have been able to recover. But we did recover. We put extra bodies on, we put 3 people on the project to compensate for his deficiencies, and we were able to submit the grant application. But he taught me that I could have fired him this whole time. I could have let him go this whole time. I could have fired him. I could have taken him off the project and put another person, 2 more people on the project and comfortably reach that deadline instead of the way we crashed into that deadline, barely making it. We did make it. We did submit a great grant application. Um, but he taught me a very, very, very good lesson. Make the decision before the opportunity to make the decision is taken away from you. So that's what I want to share with you today is the coronavirus should be waking everyone up to say, you have to make those decisions. They may be hard, they may be difficult, but if you don't make them, another person will make them, another entity will make them, illness will make them, all these things that are outside of your control will make the decision for you when you had the power all along. You had the power all along to make the decision, but because you didn't make the decision, you gave your power away, and something else made the decision for you. So, if you're thinking about writing some grants this year, applying for some grant funding opportunities, if you're thinking of starting your business, if you're thinking of quitting your job, if you're thinking of something so great is in your heart that you just know that this will be the light of your life, then do it. Make the decision before the opportunity to make the decision is taken away from you. So stay safe. I hope you have a great rest of your day.